In this video I'll be discussing question set number 37, and this question set is also based on the same question scenario that I spoke of in question set number 31. And in this question set I'll be using the same database that I created in question set number 31. And in the first question of this question set I've been told to find the registered users in this shop living in Kurunagala. So to do this I'll be using HDSQL. So first I'm going to go to HDSQL, and after that I'm going to first start by typing a query that will get me all the information from the user table. So for that I need to type select asterisk from user. Now if I execute this, I'll be getting all the details of the users registered in this shop. So next what I need to do is I need to find the users that live in Kurunagala, and to do that I need to first inner join the address table with the user table. So for that I need to type inner join. After that use the on keyword and tell the rows that are in the user table to inner join with the rows that are in the address table only if they have the same user IDs, the address IDs. So I need to type user dot address ID equals address dot address ID. So now if I execute this query, you can see that the user and the address table have joined together. And next what I need to do is just filter the rows that have Kurunagala as the city name. But before doing that I need to inner join the city table as well. So for that I need to type inner join. After that I'll be telling the rows that are in the city table to inner join with the rows that are in the address table only if they have the same city IDs. So for that I need to type address dot city ID equals city dot city ID. And now if I execute this, the city table also will join. So now using this result set I can easily find the users that who are living in Kurunagala. So for that I need to use the where clause and then type city dot city name equals Kurunagala. And now if I execute this, I'll be getting two rows which have Kurunagala as a city name. So next all I need to do is create the view for this result. So to do that I need to type create view, and I'll be naming this view user Kurunagala. But before executing this I need to first filter the user ID, the first name and the last name of these users. So for that I need to type user dot first name, user dot last name, and also the user ID. And also I'll be getting the contact number of this user as well. So I need to type user dot contact number And now if I execute this, and then if I click on this database and refresh it over here, I can see the new view that I just created. So now if I go to the data section of that view, over here we can see the user ID, first name, last name, and the contact number of those two users who live in Kurunegala. So that will be the answer for question number 1. And now in question number 2, I've been told to update the query statement required to get the user ID, first name, last name information in the view created above. So now in the first question, I got the user ID, first name, last name, and the contact number of the users who lived in Kurunegala. But in this question, I've been told to only get the user ID, first name, and last name. So to answer this, I'm going to first go to HDSQL and go to the query section. And next what I need to do is I need to update this view that I just created by telling it to only get me the user ID, first name, and last name of the two users. So I'm going to first erase this query and then type a new query to get the user ID, first name, and last name of the two users. So I'm going to begin by typing select asterisk from user, and after that if I execute this, I'll be getting the result set of the user table. Next I need to inner join the address and the city table. So first I'm going to inner join the address table. User dot address ID equals address dot address ID, just like that. You can see both tables are joined. Next I need to inner join the city table, and I'll be inner joining it with the address table. City dot city ID. Now after executing it, at the end we can see the city table also have been joined. Next all I need to do is filter the users who live in Kurunegala. So I need to first use the where clause and then tell city dot city name equals Kurunegala. Now if I execute this, I'll be getting those two rows. And next I need to only tell this query to give me the first name, last name, and the user ID. So I need to type user dot user ID comma user dot first name comma user dot last name. So again if I execute this, I'll be getting only the user ID, first name, and last name of those two users. Next I can tell this to replace this this view that I created earlier with this new view. So for that I need to type create or replace view, and after that I need to give this view name that I created. User Kurunegala. I need to use the as keyword, and then after that if I execute this and then refresh this database, I should get the updated view. But before that, if I show you the data of this view that I created earlier, this is how it looks like. In this there is the user ID, first name, last name, and the contact number. But now if I refresh this database again and then check the data of this view, here we can see only the user ID, first name and last name. So that means the view that I created earlier has been updated, and that will be the answer for the second question. And now in the third question, I've been told to create a view to see all the GRN, must include GRN ID, GRN date and provide name. It is not necessary to enter the details of the items purchased here. Use the name of this view as GRN view. So to answer this question, I'll be first going to ADSQL, and after that I'm going to first erase this query that I typed in earlier. And now first I'm going to type in a query that will get me all the details from the GRN table. So for that I need to type select asterisk from GRN, and now if I execute this, I'll be only getting all the details of the GRN table. And next I need to inner join the user table with the GRN table, because I've been told to get the name of the provider. So for that I need to inner join the user table. So I need to type user dot user ID equals grn dot user ID, and now if I execute this, you can see both the user table and GRN table have joined. So in this question I've been told to only get the GRN ID, GRN date and the provider's name. So for that I'm going to replace this asterisk sign with the GRN ID and the GRN date. After that I need to get the first name and the last name of the user. And now if I execute this, I'll be getting only these 4 columns. So next I need to create the view for this. So I need to type create view, and I need to rename this to GRN view. And after that I need to use the as keyword. And now if I execute this and then refresh this database and check again, over here we can see the view has been created. And over here if I go to the data section, we can see the table of that view. So that will be the answer for the third question. And now in the fourth question I've been told that the GRN view you created above includes the details of all GRN purchased items, and rearrange this view. In this view it is sufficient to display GRN ID, GRN date, first name, last name, product name, quantity, unit price, selling price. So to answer this question, I'm going to first go to ADSQL. I'm going to first erase this query, and now I'm first going to type in a query that will find all the details from the GRN table. So for that I need to type select asterisk from GRN. Now if I execute this, I'll be getting all the details from the GRN table. Next I'm going to inner join the user table. After that tell the rows that are in the user table to inner join with the rows that are in the GRN table only if they have the same user ID. So I need to type user dot user ID equals grn dot user ID. So if I execute this, you can see both tables are joined. Next I need to inner join the product table as well, since I've been told to get the product name from this result. So for that I need to type inner join on product id equals before inner joining the product table, I need to inner join the grn item table with the grn table, because there is no direct relationship between the product table and the grn table or the user table. So I need to first erase this and then type grn item on grn dot grn id equals grn dot should be grn item dot grn id. Now if I execute this, the grn item table also will join like this. And next I need to inner join the product table with the grn item table. Should be product dot product id. And now if I execute this, at the end we should be able to see the product table as well. So next I need to specify the columns that I want. So in this I've been told to first get the grn id column, then the grn date, the first name and the last name. So for that I need to replace this asterisk sign with grn dot grn id. After that grn dot grn date. After that I need to get the first name. So I need to type user dot first name, user dot last name. After that I need to get the product name. So I need to type product dot product name. After that I need to get the quantity, unit price and selling price. So I need to type grn item dot quantity, grn item dot unit price, and after that grn item dot selling price. And now if I execute this, I should only get the columns that I just specified over here. So next I need to tell this view to replace the earlier table with this new table that I just created. So for that I need to type create or replace view, and I need to give this name user Kurunagala, and after that use the as keyword. And now if I execute this and then refresh this database and then reopen it, I should be able to see the updated version of this view that I created. So over in the data section we can see that it has been updated. and that will be the answer for the fourth question of question set number 37. And that's all I've been told to do in this question set. So that's all for this video.